10, it is Military Spouse Appreciation Day. It's a chance to pause and reflect on the sacrifice of not only our service members, but the people who love them. Our Colette Bordelon spoke with a couple who's been together for over 2 decades and they know how challenging the life can be, but they say it's worth it.
Micah, can I get your help? The wind's really blowing this all over the place.
Meet Mrs. Colorado Springs.
And my platform is serving the military, which means taking care of soldiers and military families.
It's what Kathy Howell has done for nearly 3 decades.
Being around the military is all I've ever known.
Her father was a World War II vet, and she's a civilian who works for the Army.
I personally probably have lived in over 20 different locations.
And just over 20 years ago, she met a man named Micah.
When I met Micah, I actually didn't like him.
Persistence is how I won her over.
But Micah was different from any person I've ever met in my life.
The two got married and had kids, while Micah, the majority of that time, was in the service.
Being a military spouse is a tough life. We go through a lot.
She's been the rock of our relationship.
But Kathy, raised resilient and independent, stood strong through her husband's deployments.
Mom, dad, the plumber, the taxi cab driver, we become everything. So we learn to become very adaptable.
And says forming a community on the home front is necessary.
We know when our spouses go out, there's always that chance that they may not come home. So we learn to have that strong bond with other military spouses.
Kathy mentors other military spouses now, and Micah retired in 2019.
Enjoy the time that we have together rather than looking forward to the next separation.
The two getting to take a deep breath after both sacrificed so much for each other and our freedom.
Colette Bordelon reporting, and Kathy will be representing Colorado Springs in the Mrs. Colorado pageant in June. You can still vote for People's Choice in that, by the way. Data from 2019 shows the majority of military spouses are women, but the number of men in that group has increased at about 9% of all military spouses. And we thank all of you for your service and sacrifice.